What's up, guys? Welcome to Pete's Basement Extras. Today we're going to be talking about Swamp Thing, which concluded with issue 40. Basically, over the course of the last couple of months, there have been a lot of series that have concluded that we've kind of missed out on reviewing because we're always busy reviewing all of the new shit, all of the new number ones that come out. So we managed to catch up, and Swamp Thing is a series that I am sorry to see go.
I am too.
Basically, if you've been reading this, over the course of the last 40 issues, we've been introduced to, there's always been this, the Green and the Rot. You know, Anton Arcane was always his enemy from Jump Street back in when Swamp Thing was created in the 70s. But now we're also introduced to the Red, is Animal Man. They brought Animal Man into that, which was really cool, and that was an awesome team up to start the series with.
That one was all you.
I know, but you got into it then after that.
After that, yes, it did.
Yeah. And now, later on, we've also been introduced to other avatars of the Green. Some nice, some not so fucking nice.
The Parliament,
yeah. The Parliament of Trees was like this ruling branch, no pun intended, of other former avatars who would give Swamp Thing his power. And they were like any government, they were kind of corrupt and being dickish. And so what Alec Holland did when he realized, he had died at some point. He was defeated, and the Parliament found a new avatar in the form of this guy Cedar, who was kind of cool. He got fucked over. You know, he wanted to be a good guy, and he somehow became the villain in that he didn't really know how to use his powers. The Parliament gave him too much power, and they kind of let him run rampant with it. And it came down to Alec Holland, who had to stop him, and the Parliament kind of forced him into this fight, this gladiatorial fight. Remember it was around issue 35, 30?
Was that 32? After the Red?
Way after. Yeah, this is after the whole Parliament of Trees when he dies, and then he's stuck in the Green, and he meets the Wolf and the Lady Weeds.
No, I guess I must have got into that later on then.
You might have.
Wow.
Yeah, this Cedar guy would throw seeds everywhere, and these, plants would grow, and they would flourish either the economy or the ecosystem there. People was feeding homeless people, and not homeless people, starving people in the desert and shit. But everything touches everything else, and if you bring water here to quench your thirst, you might be turning farmland into desert elsewhere.
Yeah.
So Alec Holland's listen, you got to stop this, and he's well, fuck you. So they went back and forth, and the Parliament of Trees set them off in this gladiatorial arena, and he defeated him. And he's now kill him, kill him. And Holland's no, I won't do that. So because he disobeyed them, Cedar wound up, turning the tables, and he won. Holland died, and he went into the Green to basically just exist as an avatar, as a former avatar now. But obviously he wasn't having that. So he enlists the help of these other two former avatars. There's one guy, the Wolf, who was kind of a Renaissance-y 1700s kind of guy, kind of a fat George Washington-ish guy, running around on horses. And so the really creepy bitch, the Lady Weeds, who basically taught him to fight dirty.
Yeah.
Listen, you have so much power that you don't even know. You're still thinking like a human. You're trapped in this cave with me, but you're not allowed to leave until you figure out how to leave. I'm not letting you out. So he realizes, I'm in control of the Green. I can hear and feel trees and plants everywhere. So I'm not trapped in this cave. I am this cave. And he just fucking hulks out and everything. So she's now you realize, go. So he's still got to get out of the Green. So he actually takes on the Parliament of Trees himself, and Lady Weeds helps him, and he basically kills them all and sets them into this kind of nirvana state. They call it going into their winter, where they sleep forever, and they're kind of dreaming in a heavenly state or whatever. So he comes back to Earth, and now Lady Weeds, the Wolf, the other Renaissance-y guy, and this other avatar who helped him out, they come back as humans along with him. So now they're trying to help him out, much to the chagrin of two of them. The guy Jonah, who was the the nice Avatar who was like helping him out and everything. He's really trying to still help him. All the while, they've got this woman, Capucine, I hope I'm saying that right, who is like immortal. She was 1,000 years. Remember her, right?
I know her, yeah.
She's like 1,000 years old. Yeah. She's like a Red Sonja kind of character. Yeah. She was promised immortal or near immortal life, like 1,000 years, by these monks who needed warriors back in the 1100s to defend their island monastery. Still with me, guys? So all the while, Swamp Thing's making some new friends. He's just throwing the seeds of new enemies in. So now he's got the wolf, Lady Weeds as humans who completely resent being taken out of the green and are now human again. He's got Jonah falling in love with Capucine because he was the Swamp Thing 1,000 years ago when they first met her. And he has to still deal with the rise of the machines.
Yes.
At this point. There are new avatars, new, what you call it? I can't think of the word. It's a scientific, like genomes or whatever, the new conflagrations of creatures. Remember in the Future's End book, we're introduced to the concept of a machine race and not the fungus, which was the avatar of the gray, which we're introduced to. Also the microbes, the like plankton and bacteria and stuff that are like everywhere.
No, I missed that too.
You didn't read Future's End?
Oh my God.
This is actually a pretty good story.
Future's End?
Yeah, we're introduced to the kingdom of the bacteria. So there was other things besides the red, the green, and the rot.
I probably did then.
It was just a one-issue stint.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why back then.
So he has to take on these people called the Serene, who are these humans who help out the avatars.
Yeah.
But this is all just like a fucked up plot by these, crop people, like, one of these like crop people. I know. This company that controls seeds and agriculture throughout the world, and they want to harvest Swamp Thing.
Sounds like Monsanto, but whatever.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like where they were going with it. It was very Monsanto-ish.
Yeah.
And they're destroying crops around the world in order to sell their own brand of seeds that are like grown from Swamp Thing. So these like Serene people were just like assholes from this company in disguise. So they tricked him into going into a human body. And then he had to, and they stole the Swamp Thing body. So he had to get that back. This is where we meet the avatar of the gray, which is like fungus and shit.
Yeah.
Which was like everywhere. All the while, he's actually getting fucked over by Lady Weeds and the wolf, who just completely resent the fact that they're human and they want to kill him for it. So this whole Monsanto plot thing was devised by Wolf. And he defeats them. Capucine fucking cripples Lady Weeds when he realizes that they're behind this whole shit. And now you have the rise of the machines, who he defeats, but then they turn over to Lady Weeds and create their own avatar from her. So now she's the Machine Queen. This was going phenomenally.
It was.
It was kind of a complex story. There was no safe jump-on point for this book, I don't think.
But there's comfortable jump-ons, because I didn't read this whole series.
You didn't backtrack at all?
Fuck that, no.
I really thought you did.
No.
I would say after the battle between the Rot and the Red was the jump-on point, right around issue 20 or so.
No, I've not.
Didn't even that?
Nah.
What, did you read the Aquaman crossover?
Yes, that's what I got into it.
So that was probably around, okay, so you just missed Cedar then.
Yeah.
That's okay. That happened right after Aquaman.
So then, that's when I got on it, and I'm fine with that.
When he first came back to the Green, and there were, like, he had no control over it, because now without the Parliament, the Green was going crazy.
Yeah.
So now you saw that, like, creature in the water and everything, that, collection of algae that was trying to make its own avatar and shit, and it looked like Krakoa from the X-Men thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, okay, you just missed the Cedar thing.
So I was fine with that.
Yeah.
And I was able to follow it or pretty just assume it or guess. Like, this is a bad person, this is this. It was good shit.
Yeah.
It was
It
really
was
good.
even better if you read it from Jump Street.
Yeah.
And which I did. I don't know what got me into Swamp Thing in the first place, but it was just so good. And I had never read Swamp Thing, and I'd never read Animal Man, but the fact that they had so much involved and the stories were crossing over back and forth, And I'm sorry to have seen Animal Man end, like, I think it was issue 21
Yeah, it
or
was
22
early on,
or
yeah.
something. It was way earlier. But Swamp Thing ended with issue 40, where it was just a final fight between the machines and the Green, where he releases the Parliament of Trees from their slumber, from their hibernation, and says, listen, I need a couple of you guys to come back to Earth with me, and let's go fuck up Anton Arcane and the Machine Queen. And they're like, but if we leave the Green now, we're gonna die. He's like, I know. That's why I'm not telling you. I'm asking you. Like, whoever wants to go, it's gonna be like your last roundup.
Yeah.
And a couple of them go, and you're treated to this like epic fight that, for some reason, ended a little prematurely. I think. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on. Swamp Thing like flees the battle.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, when they're losing, and he takes refuge in a library, which is made of books, and books are made of paper. And paper's made of trees.
I was following that part, and just like you, I got confused, and I'm like, is this like another realm, like where like I guess idea is the realm of ideas?
I don't know. He goes into this book, and he meets this other avatar made of paper, and he's like, "Who are you? You're not an avatar of the Green." And he's like, "No, think beyond that." And I'm like, "What are you, like God? You're like the paper god or something?" And you're kind of led to the idea that, like you said, it's ideas that have formed, because there are other avatars, and you see painters and other writers and shit and scientists and things, but they're all made out of like paper, like pages of a book.
It was weird.
That was a weird 2 pages.
Yeah, it was.
And it seemed to me like you could have done more with those 2 pages battle wise than him saying, this is your story, Alec Holland, you can end it however you want. And then all of a sudden you turn the page and the tide of battle has immediately turned.
Yeah.
And now you're being treated to 1 panel each of an explanation of, okay, Anton Arcane realized the battle was turning, so he ran away. The Gray versus Cedar, the avatar of the Gray was very unhappy being fungus, as anyone who is fungus would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sucks. Anybody who's had athlete's foot knows it sucks to have fungus. I used to play baseball and basketball, man. You never had fucking athlete's foot?
Got big toes.
Get some Desinex? All right. Anyway, yeah, she was living life as a human, thanks to the Serene. Remember I said how he went into a human body? Well, she was doing that and just never went back to her avatar body. So she resented Swamp Thing. And Cedar, trying to make amends for what he had done, fought her. And it was like 1 panel. It was like they fought each other to the death. They both died. 1 panel. Like that, you couldn't have given me a couple of panels out of that, like a page or something. That was a pretty epic fucking. Those are epic characters.
It was flimsy.
Why wasn't this issue double-sized? Fit everything in, man. I thought this series was great, and I thought it ended much like, remember we talked about the 7th Sword in one of our segments this week, where it just like it's going. Oh shit, we got to end it, and it ends. That's how it felt to me, and. Not only did it end prematurely, it ended just so quickly that I didn't get enough closure. Like I felt I wanted more out of it.
I did, because there was so much that was touched on. Like the machines are still alive,
right,
but controlled, which was shown really well. And
he treated them as kind of like a petulant child. Like, listen, you're new at this, so I'm not gonna kill you. You attacked me. You attacked everybody. That was fucked up. Hope you learned your lesson. Because if you fucking do it again, I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
That was where he left. And he left him as like a little robo-dog.
Yeah.
That was plugged into the wall.
Yeah.
Like, you're on a leash, motherfucker.
He's so powerful.
Yeah.
And they showed that.
You really got to see how fucking powerful he is.
And it's a good fucking shit. I want to see him if he doesn't get his own show, at least show it up in Constantine.
Yeah. That would be cool.
He can't show up in any other book.
Right.
And, I mean, if Constantine gets picked up either by NBC or...
You need some serious graphics for that.
Sci-fi, yeah.
Though it's definitely worth your time to go and watch the old 80s movies with Adrienne Barbeau. And the second one was with Heather Locklear, which was not admittedly as good, but still fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a thing for her.
Everyone did. TJ Hooker, man.
Oh, shit, damn.
Yeah, I brought it there.
We could bring that up.
But either way, as sudden of an ending as it was, Swamp Thing is absolutely worth your time. It was some of the best 40 issues I've ever read. I would actually like to go back and read some more Swamp Thing. If anybody out there has any recommendations to me, hit us up, questions@Pete'sBasement.com, Facebook.com/Pete'sBasement, and of course follow us on Instagram and Twitter @Pete'sBasement. I loved Swamp Thing. It's the first Swamp Thing book I ever read. I absolutely think you should get it, and I hope to see more of Swamp Thing after Convergence, because this was great. And it's a shame that the series ended so early, because it should have. Yeah, she was hot. She was great fucking tits. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you tune into the rest of Pete's Basement Extras, because we got other stories that we've read. Seventh Sword, Rasputin.
Putin.
Can't think of even. There's like 6 or 7 of them out there. Go check them out, all on Pete's Basement Extras. Make sure you subscribe, and make sure you tune into the regular episodes. New ones every Tuesday. We'll see you next time. Search a nude picture at least. Get a tit shot.
Oh, I will. I'm just looking at the regular shit.